Across Canada relay raise awareness of organ and tissue donation. Right now, I'd like to maybe ask, we have a few presentations, maybe ask Brian Young to come forward and say a few words. Carmen was Brian's daughter, and I know Brian has been well aware and has been through the process of organ donation. So, Brian?
Thank you very much, Darcy. And I first off want to say, it's contributions and support by organizations like the Delta that really make a difference in terms of what happens with organ donation. It's that little bit of support, that little push along the way, that little lift. I mean, that's what matters in this world. So thank you very much, Darcy and Delta, on behalf of everybody. And how isn't it appropriate that we be having the tour come through this week? This is Carmen's anniversary week. It was October 9th. It was her 15th anniversary, and here comes Christopher and George and the crew, still doing work to raise awareness for organ donation. And my wife and myself and our whole family continue to carry on Carmen's work with organ and donation, and we speak all over the region whenever we're asked. We gladly go, although it's interesting when we do go, people, they're interested in organ donation, but they really want to hear Carmen's story, and they want to really hear some of the ins and outs of Carmen's journey along the road, and we're just happy to share that. And once again, it's that gentle reminder that makes a difference in organ and tissue donation. It's the gentle reminder to people that, hey folks, if you haven't made a decision to be an organ donor, do it tonight at the supper table. When you're sitting down with your family, say, okay folks, let's make a decision. We want to be organ donors. So when tragedy strikes, and we hope it never strikes your family, but guess what? It happens all the time. It happens to people just out of the blue. So when tragedy does strike and you've made that decision, then when somebody asks and you're all upset and you're emotionally distraught and your whole world is crashing down, when somebody asks you the question, do you want to be an organ donor, you've already made the decision. You've said yes as a family, and it's easy then to say, yes, we are going to be organ donors, and you're going to share life. My wife says it's the last good thing that you can do as a person. No matter what kind of life you've led, no matter what kind of person you've been, no matter what, it's the last good thing you can do is to be an organ donor. And we encourage everybody to do that, and we encourage families to do that, and make sure that you tell your family that you want to be an organ donor and that everybody in the family knows. So we wish Christopher all the best, and we give him all kinds of lifts and boosts and encouragement on the tour. And there's George over there, who's had 2 liver transplants. What a lucky guy. He was helping Christopher after his first transplant. George was to kind of get his transplant, and then he became ill again, needed another liver, and got it. Just the modern miracles that happen today. So thank you everybody for coming. It's this kind of event, and it's your participation that makes a difference. It's your participation that makes organ donation work. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
I'd also like to make a special mention today to the actual torch carriers, I guess, from Holy Angels High School. TRACEY Martin and KIRSTEN LEBLANC. Thank you very much. Also to Tanya Cheslett, who helped organize all the stuff for George in the area. And also to Christopher, welcome back. It's been 3 years, I guess, since you've been here.
Yes.
And good to see you, healthy and still active. And as well to George, welcome back. And George, remarkable story. We had a few minutes to talk. Second transplant. That's truly amazing, George. So now, I guess, Chris, would you like to say a few words?
Sure.
All right.
All right. Good morning. My name is Christopher Knowles, and about 3 years ago, I carried the torch of life across Canada and up north in Nunavut, Iqaluit. The torch that I carry represents help saving lives. I believe that because it helped save my life. I've been waiting for a liver transplant my whole life, and I'm currently on hold for a liver transplant as of today. Today I am honored to pass the torch of life to the two representatives in your community, KIRSTEN and TRACEY. KIRSTEN and TRACEY carry the torch proudly, and you can also help save lives with Step by Step. Please don't take your organs to heaven. Heaven knows we need them here. Thank you.
Thanks, Christopher. And now I would like to call upon George Marcello, who is the founder and CEO of Step by Step. George, say it again.
Thanks, Darcy. I just wanted to really, coming back to Sydney, it brings back a lot of good emotions. Because I remember in 2001, when I came here for the first time, and I met Mr. Young, and met some other people at the Cape Breton Municipality or Civic Center, I think it's called. And it was the first time I really got to know Mr. Young and his story, and Carmen's story. And since then, these are the things that stayed in my heart as I was, finishing my journey, and then after meeting Chris, beginning another journey with Christopher. And during Christopher's wish, when we took him across the country in 2004, I was really looking forward to making our stop in Sydney, and then once again to meet Mr. Young, and to let, I know he's done so much work. Like there's no place I can go anywhere here in the Maritimes that doesn't know Mr. Young and the work he's been doing in Carmen's legacy, and so it makes it a lot easier for me to just mention that I know Mr. Young. So you better get here. And so I really want to thank you, Brian, for all the things that you've done to keeping this issue to the forefront, and doing all the things, and I know there's many more years to come. This work doesn't stop, as you eloquently set it up here. We always need to gently remind people, and it's a pleasure seeing you again. And then once again, I really want to thank Mr. McDonald and the Delta Sydney. Was without hesitation again. He knew we were coming around, and he said, "Yeah, don't worry. You got accommodations here, and we'll help set up the press conference." And this really does make a big difference to know that you step up to the plate like this. And it's, when we look at our situation here in Canada, we need more Darcys. We need more people to understand how important this is. And by the Delta Sydney supporting this and getting involved, I really want to send the strongest signal possible out there that, here's a hotel, and here's a person that really cares about this issue and is doing something about it, and encouraging others to do the same. And if we can get that same kind of reaction from everybody, we can pretty well lick this problem. So I want to thank you, Darcy, from everybody here at Step by Step, and then as well, when we're doing these campaigns, we meet new people. And that's where I got to meet Tanya, who I was emailing. These days it's email. You get to know people through email, and we emailed many times. And as soon as she jumped on board, she just got to work right away and helped to organize all the activities here today. And I want to thank you. We're actually